Hello, everybody, and welcome to the closing bell here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Here to wrap up today's action here on Wall Street. Now, the Dow Jones did not meet that psychological 20,000, so we get to hear it all day tomorrow. The Dow did close up about 0.4%, almost 0.5%. If it would have closed up 0.5%, we could have seen that 20,000 mark, but it closed up at 19,975, 25 more points away. The NASDAQ closed at 54.84, up almost 0.5%. The S&P closed up at 2270.76. That's up about 0.3, almost 0.4%. And action came on lower than average volume on both the New York Stock Exchange as well as the NASDAQ. On average on the New York Stock Exchange, you have a little over 1 billion shares, only 797 million. And on the NASDAQ, 1.6 billion traded versus an average of about 1.9 billion. Now, that's expected this holiday week, but we'll also watch advancers versus decliners. We did have advancers versus decliners. Their advancers were leading today. On New York, basically 1,900 to 1,000. On the NASDAQ, 1,800 advancers to 900 decliners. And we had new highs outpacing lows. On New York, it was 192 to 21 on the new highs to new lows, and 250 to 43 on the new highs to lows on the NASDAQ. So where were we seeing this relative strength today? We were seeing it in the metals, specifically steel. Take a look at SLX, that's the ETF that tracks steel, up 2.43%. We also saw a big move in U.S. gasoline. UGA is an ETF that you can take a look at. That was up about 2.13%. That's ahead of the EIA report tomorrow that's going to give us what is expected to be yet another draw from the stockpile, not only on crude but gasoline. That could be a catalyst, again, for crude as well as gasoline names. Copper miners were also up to the upside. That's a good barometer of growth, both domestically and internationally. COPX was up almost 2.1%. You also had the metals and mining ETF, XME, up about 1.89%. You also had regional banks on the move. With the yields again popping up, bonds were down on both ends of the curve, both the short and long end of the curve. You saw regional banks, KRE, the ETF that tracks that, up 1.7%. You also saw the retail index, the XRT, up about 1.133%. So that could be positive going into the tail end of this holiday season. Now, there was some relative weakness that was notable. The U.S. Nat Gas ETF, UNG, was down about 2.97%. That's ahead of its Thursday inventory number. Want to keep a close eye on that. There's been some mixed weather here in the Midwest. It's been real cold, but it's only been for a brief period of time. We've had an unseasonably warm season so far. Let's watch that inventory report. But right now, Nat Gas has been moving off of some of its best levels, down 2.9% for UNG. The VIX, VXX is the ETF that tracks the VIX, still getting pounded. There is no volatility in this market right now. The VXX was down 1.78%. That's just telling us that there's not a heightened expectation of big violent moves in this market at this juncture. You're also seeing some of the commodity markets, specifically some of the softs like cocoa, ETF NIB down 1.65%. You're also seeing the grains. JJG is an ETF that tracks the grains, down 1.26%. This is on the strength of that dollar. Again, we're going to watch that dollar strength. It's been good for the financials. Which also the interest rate yield spikes. It's been good for infrastructure plays. It's just been good for anything domestically centric. That's why you continually see the Russell 2000 also leading to the upside. We're also seeing that the Japanese yen is continuing its weakness. If you take a look at FXY, it is down about 0.63%. You're also seeing weakness in the euro FXE. That's it for right now on the closing bell. We wrapped up everything today, gave you a better picture of what's going on as far as relative strength, relative weakness, give you those critical levels. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back online taking a look at all the overnight action from Japan. We'll look at the market opening in Europe and the pre-markets here at the U.S. That's 8:30 Eastern Time. That's going to be the overnight action report here on MarketStream.live. Till then, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you at 8:30 a.m. bright and early tomorrow for the overnight action report. Take care, everybody.